The tourism industry plays a major role in many African economies, and those that have tapped into the sector are thriving as a result of a variety of factors. Key stakeholders have descended on Johannesburg for South Africa's Tourism's Meetings Africa. The conference is designed to showcase the best of Africa's business products. Elishilia Kaya, who's the MD of the Arusha International Conference Center, and Salad Ntenda, who's the Vice Consul of Tourism at the Malawi Consulate in South Africa, joins us now for more detail. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us this afternoon. And let's perhaps start off with what exactly is happening at Meetings Africa 2013.
Basically, I would speak on behalf of Malawi Tourism. We've come to Meetings Africa just to showcase the potential that Malawi as a country has in terms of hosting meetings, incentive travel, and all that, And we are also showcasing Lake Malawi, which is like our key tourism attraction.
Salad, when I think of Malawi, I think of Lake Malawi, and I think of a country within Southern Africa. And I had this conversation with the marketing director of Namibia Tourism around about a week ago, and I put it to him that is Namibia a primary destination or something or somewhere that people go having come to South Africa, or their choice of primary destination? When it comes to Malawi, do people go to you, or do they go to you as a secondary thought?
Under the umbrella of regional tourism for Southern Africa, which is RETOSA, I think all the countries in Southern Africa, we've agreed to market SADC as a region in terms of tourism. So we are not in competition, but otherwise we're just complementing each other's efforts. So we are marketing Southern Africa to the world so that people can come to Southern Africa, enjoy and experience the beauty of Southern Africa, the diversity in terms of its tourism offering. So when people come to South Africa, they can take a time, fly just 2 hours into Malawi, or fly back into South Africa and then connect to Namibia. That's how we are looking at it.
For what exactly? I mean, you highlighted that you're putting on the table the potential that we're looking at over in Malawi. And I've come across an article saying that after the most successful year for the tourism in the country's history, Malawi has been crowned runner-up in the 2013 Safari Awards for the Best Africa Tourist Board. What exactly are you offering tourists that come your way?
Basically, if you look at the SADC region, I think the power of tourism in the SADC region is the diversity of tourism attractions that are in Southern Africa. And Malawi, in its smallness, has got all that diversity in that small country. So basically what we are offering, it's the lake, which is like which is about 500 kilometers in length, and it's fresh water, not salty water. So you go there. I mean, it's awesome. I mean, I can talk about the attributes of a beautiful lake. I think Lake Malawi has got all that. I will just take you back a little while to 2011. I think there was an item on Yahoo News. They were doing a profile of all the most beautiful lakes in the whole world. I'm sorry to say this, but Lake Malawi was the first to actually be profiled. You talk of all the attributes of a beautiful lake. Talk about the clearness of the water. Talk about the diversity of aquatic life in the lake. Lake Malawi came first. So basically, I think that's one major tourism attraction that we've got to offer. But Malawi is not only about the lake, but there are other attractions as well. You talk of wildlife. If you want to experience wilderness, if you want to experience Africa in its unspoiled state, then I would propose that Malawi is the destination for him.
Elishilia, let's go to you now, because I mean the enthusiasm of Salad when it comes to Malawi is infectious, and of course we are blessed in Southern Africa with so many beautiful places, but of course we have to leverage off that beauty. And if I look across the road here at the CTITC, and I look at the number of conferences there are, not just on a monthly basis or yearly basis, but on a weekly basis. It's almost impossible to get your conference in there because it's so well booked up. And I think the rest of Africa, or countries that are in proximity to the Republic of South Africa, can take advantage of this. And I would have thought that conference tourism is one big growth area for this region.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, AICC belongs to what we call Africa chapter in the International Congress and Convention Association, where AICC and convention centers in South Africa play a great role. And we are here in the Meetings Africa because we belong to that family. And we would like to play our significant role also here because we belong in that family. That's in essence what we are here, why we are here. We are here because of the proximity. Rather than flying all the way to Europe to do the same thing, we are doing it here. And we see the impact. We find a number of associations here, and we are getting a lot of meetings.
How do you see, business tourism developing as a niche segment within the broader tourism industry, Eshilia?
Excellent. Maybe you're aware, a couple of days ago, a survey was done, a research was done to find out what are the 7 natural wonders of Africa, and you are aware that 3 of them came out of Tanzania. And not only Tanzania, they are actually located within the proximity of Arusha International Conference Center. You have there Mount Kilimanjaro, you have Ngorongoro Crater, and of course the Serengeti, which came number 1. When you talk of tourism, that is where it all belongs. And when we bring people for meetings in Arusha, with our slogan, we bring the world to Tanzania, we give them everything, we give them all.
Of course, it's one thing having those facilities. It's another thing having infrastructure that's actually supportive of facilities like that. I mean, how much of a challenge does that pose in, in getting those tourism levels up?
Yeah, that's number 1. Presently, we have this facility which I run, Arusha International Conference Center, which is for the time being suffices to do what is happening. But the government is all out to come up with the dream facility, and this will be called Mount Kilimanjaro International Convention Center, and there will be the all-time treatment for that business.
Is enough of an investment being made in Malawi's tourism sector? I've seen that Kenya boasts a marketing budget 400 times greater than that of Malawi.
That's a fact. That's a fact. But though our sector is not all that financially supported as compared to our colleagues in Kenya, but the little that has been provided to actually drive up the tourism sector in Malawi, I think there's so much that Malawi as a country has actually benefited, because I think for the past year, I think tourism contributed about 8% to Malawi's GDP, compared to 2003 or 2009 when it was just about 3 to 4%. So we're targeting that maybe by 2015 we should raise the bar to around 11% contribution to the GDP of Malawi.
When it comes to the setting of targets, do you think realistic enough targets are set in the first place, or are we setting the bar of expectation too high, Elishilia?
Yeah, no. Tourism is given sufficiently quota of contribution to the growth of the national economy. Apart from the mining, which is coming up very fast, tourism is playing a significant role in the growth of the economy in Tanzania. It's obvious.